So today I figured I'd make a small little video going over Yellow Long, one of the four main dragon bosses in Black Myth Wukong, and how to beat him, since I've seen a lot of people struggling online to beat this boss. Only 0.2% of players have even gotten the achievement for beating him, so hopefully this video will help you out and allow you to beat this boss on your next turn, or on your next run. So first thing you want to do is, if you haven't found the boss, is you want to head over here to the Webbed Hollow and then the Cliff of Oblivion. From here, you're just going to simply follow the path I'm taking. You're going to go down this cave. And you're going to turn right, basically staying on the main path for now, but you're going to come to a little crossroad right here and you're going to take the left. Went the wrong way by accident. There we go. You're going to go across this bridge. Now there are going to be a few enemies. You don't need to worry about them. And you want to make sure you have Cloud Step for this next step, because what you're going to do here is, as soon as the second enemy on the right gets up, you're going to Cloud Step and then immediately just walk across the bridge. The enemies won't be able to knock you off. So from here, we're just going to keep going straight, and then we're going to kind of hug the left side. Again, this is just kind of like for people that haven't been able to find his location yet. So just over here on the corner, we're gonna find the shrine right here, and then the boss will be just up here in this little house. Now I already have beaten him, so he's not obviously here, but I did record the fight and I'm going to go step by step showing you how to beat him. So here I'm going to be commentating over the fight and giving step by step instructions on what to do and like how to predict his movements so it's easier to defeat him. The main abilities you're going to be using is Immobilize and Shadow Step, Wandering White, and you want to make sure that you have most, if not all, of your Smash Stance fully upgraded. So when the fight starts, you want to freeze him out the gate, get a few hits in with light attacks. Just before your combo ends, use Wandering White. Immediately upon coming out of it, if you have the correct skill to continue combos, you can immediately finish your light attack combo, stunning him a second time, allowing you to get a few more hits in for free before he starts attacking. So in phase 1, he's always going to attack 3 times, and that makes it easier to dodge his attacks in the beginning, because you just have to press dodge 3 times in conjunction with his attacks. You don't need to spam them. So 1, 2, 3, and then you should be able to immediately counterattack once he finishes a combo. Most of the time you'll be able to get 3 or 4 hits in before he starts another one, but again, it's just 1, 2, 3. If you have a heavy, you can use it. His attacks are slow enough in the beginning that you have plenty of time to charge up your heavy attacks, doing good damage and stunning them back, allowing you to get more free hits in for free. Again, 1, 2, 3. Even if it seems like his move, or like it might seem at times that he's going to do another combo, it doesn't. In the first phase, he only does 3 attacks. There's the first one, there's the second one, and then the third one ends with that whirl. Now that whirl, you can run in before the animation is completely finished right there. That is going to change in phase 2 when he has 5 attacks, and then in phase 7 he has 7 and he starts putting them together. So that's where it gets a little bit trickier, but For the most part in the beginning, you just want to keep dodging his 3 attacks. They're fairly well telegraphed and easy to read. Now, one thing you do have to be mindful of is this right here. So sometimes when you're hitting him, he won't attack back. Instead, he'll do this little backwards dodge. Now, this is basically a bait into you pushing him and attacking him. So what you want to do is not finish your combo and instead just back up, because if you do go ahead and attack him, he will immediately misty step out of your attack and counter attack. Now you can dodge it, like I just showed here, but it is very fast, so you need to have good reflexes. And since I was spamming attack here to do as much damage as possible, the combo string ended, but since I knew he was going to do that, I immediately dodged it afterwards. So you are given a window to dodge if you do wonders into his attack. So again, 1, 2, 3. Now here, this is kind of like a in-between. So once he's around, like say a third of his health, he'll do 1 extra attack here. Right after this combo right here, he'll lift his foot up and then start doing his basic 1, 2, 3, but then immediately he will jump up into the sky and then throw the spear down. So once you see him do that, it's gonna be like a 1 to 2 second delay, or closer to a second, it looks like. Yeah, closer to a second. And he's going to immediately hit the ground, and it's pretty easy to dodge. You just make sure you aren't dodging forward or backwards. It's easier if you dodge to the left or right, and you should be able to avoid that hit. But that means that he is getting ready to go into phase 2 here, because he's already at a quarter of his life. So now, or he's lost a quarter of his life, sorry. So now if you have immobilize, is your best time to use it. I use it as a checker to like see if whether or not he's about to go into the second phase. A good indicator, oops, went a little too far back. A good indicator is, let me see if I can find where it was. Okay, so when you use immobilize, and right here, normally that basic light attack combo string will break him out of the immobilization. Now, if this does not happen, if you use immobilize on him and then immediately follow it up with a light attack finisher, and he does not get broken, that means that he's about to go into phase 2. So ideally you want to save up your charges in your stone stance, or smash stance, sorry, to counter attack him going into that third and second phase, like that. Now that's not going to stop him, but it is going to stun him momentarily, allowing you to get in a few extra hits before he starts his actual attack string, which is his actual transformation to the second phase right here. So you're able to get off a little bit more chip damage before that happens. And it gives you a little bit of breathing room if you need to heal, or, you know, recover mana, regain stamina. So once he starts charging up, you need to get away from him immediately. 1 dodge should be enough. If you need to use 2, feel free. If you have the extra, you have the skills that help with dodging. Now, one thing that's really difficult about him going into phase 2 and 3 is he will start charging up for like 1 or 2 seconds and then immediately counterattack with this devastating slash right here. So you need to try your best to predict when this is going to happen. It's gonna basically become muscle memory, but a way that helps is like try to make a mental note that once he starts charging, in about like, you know, 1 to 2 seconds, you'll start counting in your head start counting in your head the seconds to be able to dodge this attack. So right here, Once he starts charging, 1, 2, and then after 2 seconds, when you see that spark, immediately dodge. It doesn't matter the direction, except forward or backwards. It doesn't matter if it's left or right, but immediately upon those 2 seconds or seeing that flash, you need to dodge, because this attack is very fast. And if you do not dodge preemptively, it will hit you. And then he's going to go up here into the sky, and he's going to have a bit of a delayed attack, so it's going to be about 1 second. And the easiest way to read it is he's going to basically put his weapon in on like the quarter of his hand. So right there, once you see him do this little animation, he's about to attack you. So basically take like 1 second from that. So if we go back, trying to get the timing right on this, it's a little bit difficult. Okay, so from once you see him go up here, basically make like a mental note or a timer in your head of 1 second. So 1 second, and then once you see him do that, start dodging. You don't need to perfect dodge these, and you don't have to wait last second. You can do them a little bit early. The game is generous with the dodging window on them, but you don't want to get hit by them because they hit pretty hard. And now he should do 3 of these. And this last one is the one you have to keep out for, because this one is delayed by about 2 seconds. And he's going to... Oh, I cut away fast. Let's see if I can find where it was. Okay, sorry about that. So right here, he's going to do the 2, and then this one right here, he's going to lift up his weapon instead of putting it under his arm like he normally does, and he's gonna bring it out. First one, second one, and then that one after like a 2 second delay, and then you have that one. So this one is probably the easiest to dodge, because it gives you a pretty big window and it's really well telegraphed. He's gonna lift up his spear all the way up into the sky, and then as soon as you see it like flicker like that, you can dodge it. But the easiest read is like basically try to make timers and mental notes in your head for all these attacks. So I would say for when he first goes into this, what you want to do is when he's charging up, back up, he's going to immediately attack. So you need to dodge that first hit like almost instantly after he's charges. And then for the dashing attacks, you basically want to wait 1 second in between each one, and then dodge. 1 second, dodge. And then for this one, it's about the same, but you're allowed to dodge a little bit earlier, like I did right there, and you won't get hit. So now when he's in phase 2, you need to be more mindful and play more defensively. You can't be as aggressive as you were in the first phase, because now all his attack strings will be 5 instead of 3. So for reference, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that one was 4, but if we're counting the spin attack, that's 5. But he'll start attacking increments of 5 now. So he attack that's pretty hard to dodge. This is also another one, like that spin attack he used to do before, you won't be able to punish it anymore. He'll create this barrier of fire, so you just need to play safe and defensively. Don't try to push him or attack him, because you won't be able to. You'll just take damage. So if you want to, actually the best thing to do right here is do what I did. If you are low on health or you need to heal, use that time to be able to do that, because you can't do anything else. You can't attack him. So if you need to heal, regain mana, stamina, do it right here. Now this attack, he is going to charge it, very similar to when he was in the sky. Once you hear him finish that little grunt sound he's making, he's going to charge you, very similar to the white skin noble of chapter 1. So immediately dodge afterwards when he finishes that little grunt, like right there. And then he's going to follow up with 5 attacks, 4 attacks, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So this one is similar to the one he did when he was in the sky. He's gonna start with a basic combo, 2, 3, and then 4. Now he's always gonna do this when you see him raise his left foot. So when he does this animation right here of raising his foot, that's when he's going to start that combo. The first 3 hits will be normal. And then this one, it's going to be very similar to the one he did in the sky. It's going to have like a 1 to 2 second delay. And then he's going to counterattack. So just like before, it does have a pretty good timing window. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you dodge a little bit early, you'll be fine. And then again, just keep using Immobilize. You kind of want to stay away from doing charged heavy attacks every now and then. It's better to just spam light. The heavies are really only used if you know your attacks are safe and you're not going to get heavily punished for it. By now you should also have Wandering White back, so you can do the combo you did in the beginning. I meant to charge up my heavy there, but it instead got turned into that. So this attack is a little bit harder to read than the other charge attack because the audio isn't as loud. And you'll do this little hunchback notion, but the window is about the same. It's like 2 seconds after he starts charging. 1, 2, and then he'll attack. Now this one, again, is going to be followed up by a similar string. 3, and 4, 5, and 6. So now he'll start doing 6 attack chain combos since he's at half health, because he's about to go into phase 3, like around here. You want to play very defensive with this boss. You don't want to be greedy. If you can get 1 or 2 hits, go for them, but otherwise you want to stay back. Dodge in increments of 3. Now here, this attack right here can be a little bit tricky. He'll start 1, 2, 3, and then just as he finishes that whirl, he'll Misty. So what you need to do here is, again, basically like put a timer, an internal timer in your head, and count for like 1 or 2 seconds. 1, okay, so say 1 second. After he does that whirl, you want to wait, because it is a delayed attack. So 1, 2, 3, and then he'll step back, wait a second, and then dodge. He'll follow up with that for a 5-hit combo, and then you'll be able to punish it. Again, that little backstep he does, that means he's going to Misty Step attack you. So if you are able to hit him, go for it. Otherwise, if you miss your attack, again, just dodge backwards. Right there, if you have the smash available, if you tank some of the damage in order to do a pretty decent amount of chip to his health. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back up, 5, 6, 7. So once he starts implementing 7 attack chain combos like that, that means he's about to go into phase 3. So this is probably the hardest of his phases, because he's not only going to be attacking in increments of 7, but he's going to combine phase 1 and 2, and he'll attack sometimes 3 times, 4 times, or 7. He might do 5, but it's mostly what I found from playing with him for an hour is basically he does mainly 4 and 7. 3 sometimes, but not too much. So since I know that, so once he does like a 7 attack combo like this, I know that he's about to go into phase 3. So immediately what I do is I stun him like before when I can, and I check it with the light combo. He does get broken out of it, so that lets me know that I have a little bit more time to play with before he transforms, and immediately he starts counter-attacking. So again, if you're immobilize him and you're able to break him out of it, that means that you don't have to worry about him going into his next phase yet. But if he doesn't get broken like that, then that means he's about to do that charge attack you need to dodge. So right there, once you see him start doing that, just like before, get away, dodge. You either want to wait a second or look out for that little glimmer, and then again immediately dodge. Because you're not going to have enough time, like there's no point waiting on trying to perfect dodge that, or like, you know, waiting the extra second. Like immediately after you see that glint, you need to dodge, because that attack is super fast. And it will catch you if you let it. So again, the spark and immediately dodge. And then just like before, you just want to wait 1 second, dodge, wait a second, dodge, wait a second, dodge. He'll do it 3 times, and now here, he's going to do the same attack he did earlier when he launches up into the sky. Wait a second, dodge, but then he's going to do it 2 more times. Because it's now a 7 attack combo string and not 5. So just like before, you need to be real patient and just wait in intervals of 1 basically, and then dodge, and then he'll do it a final time and dodge. So the whole string together, dodge back. So dodge once, wait a second, dodge, wait a second, dodge, wait a second, dodge, and then wait, dodge, wait, dodge, wait, dodge. And then after he does that 3rd slam like that, you'll be able to punish him. Now again, once he lifts up his foot like that, he's going to do that move I was talking about earlier, where he's going to fly up into the sky and smash down. And he's going to do it twice now, not once. So you need to be more defensive about it. You can't immediately counterattack it. And again, there's the Misty Step move of him dodging that first attack and then hitting you back. So when you see him do that little step back right there, like that, he is going to follow up and hit you. Now it's not too bad of an attack. I'd say that does about 20%. But you know, if your health is low enough, it will kill you. So here I just use Misty to get him back. And again, if you have the Azure transformation, it's going to help you out, because essentially, you know, it just gives you downtime, free damage. You don't have to worry about anything. Don't waste your stamina or ability on, you know, trying to attack him. Just let him keep hitting you to charge up your Rock Slam. You should have enough health in this transformation to just tank the hits. And if done correctly, you can hit him for 2 and then 3 once the slam and finishes right there. So 3 hits for free basically. You want to save that transformation for like towards the end of the fight. You don't want to use it early on. It's kind of like a failsafe. So now is where the fight gets really intense basically, because you have almost no powers or abilities, so you're going to have to rely purely on muscle memory and what you've learned of watching his movements from this video. So you want to play really defensive, because you don't really want to ever push him. If you push him, normally he'll Misty Step or he'll start a combo in between your attacks. So just kind of wait on him. He should do a charge attack. Now, in phase 3, the biggest difference between phase 2 is that he will no longer give an auditory warning on when he is going to attack. So he'll start charging the attack, but you won't be able to hear him say anything. He's not grunting, he's not making any noise like that. You'll just see the animation. So again, try to make a mental note in your head of 1 second and then dodge. And then he'll follow up again with 2, 3, or okay, so just 2 right here. You can't add or take away from it. So right there, dodge, and then he follow up with 2. Okay. Right there, it's going to be 2, 3, Misty Step, 4, 5. So 5. He's going to do the slam attack. Oh, so remember, it's going to be twice. One, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 6, and then 7, 8. Now again, so here's the main thing. Once he gets to like really low health, he's going to try to do that transformation one last time. But he's already in his 3rd phase. He can't add any more phases, but this is basically kind of meant to catch you off guard. So for example, right here, after I counterattack him, I have max smash. Now I could go for it, but since you're so close, you want to play real defensive, and you can't allow for that shock to max out. So again, back away from him. The moment you see that flash, dodge, and then you're gonna do what you did back in phase 2 when he was transitioning to phase 3, and wait a second, dodge, wait a second, dodge, wait a second, dodge, and then he's going to do it 3 times. 1, 2. And even if you do get hit, you do have enough time to recover and dodge the last one, like I did right there. Once he's on the ground, if you have enough health and think you can finish him off with the heavy, go for it. I would recommend just healing, because you don't want to choke this close to the end. So just like before with that dash attack. Right here, you're going to see him lower his weapon. It's going to be a delayed attack. Wait about 1 second before, and then dodge. You'll be able to get a few hits in, and then he'll start another combo swing. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there, I just decided to go for it because I had max damage on my smash. So I got him really low, and then when he's that low health, you might think, oh, I can just go for it and, you know, hit him one more time. But he can actually hit you with that right there, that little bump right there. And that can completely throw off your finishing hit. So if he manages to do that to you and you don't finish him off, you need to switch to playing defensive. It's because even though you have a Wandering White, or you might have, well, maybe if you have Immobilize, but say you have Wandering White and you think, oh, I'm just going to use that and kill him, you're not going to be able to. So just play defensive. Now here, what ended up killing him was my illusion, because I had the ability where it explodes after a short duration. But once he finishes that string he was doing, you should get him after one more hit. So all in all, it is a pretty challenging boss fight. You need to be very patient with your attacks. Don't really try to go for too many heavies. Only do it when the opportunity presents itself. Mainly stick to light. You want to try to make eternal notes about those combos I was talking about, and how most of them are like delayed by 1 or 2 seconds. And if you just basically keep your distance, let him attack first, you should be fine. This fight wasn't too bad. I'd say it's like, it is one of the harder fights in the game, but it's very manageable if you just, you know, keep patience, keep cool, let him come to you, don't attack first. So once you beat him, you should get not only his transformation, but, you know, a bunch of different crafted materials for better weapons, along with a decent amount of XP for sparks. So Hopefully this video helped you get through this boss and more or less tell you like the different combos that he has and his setups, along with some of the timing windows for it. So I wish you luck, and hopefully you'll be able to get that 0.2 achievement.